and future also go away.
In San Diego, there have been about 60 applications for land transfers since 2000, totaling about 13,000 acres. If all those go through, the county estimates it would lose $1.3 million in property taxes each year. Rayanne Fields lives in a tiny home just outside the Sequan Reservation. She and others in the community have been speaking out against the expansion plan.
In no way does our community object to Sequan purchasing additional lands. Good for them. They're successful. We are able to do that.
But she is concerned about the lost property tax, which would mean less money for the local school. She also worries about how the tribe would use the land.
Our concern is that that we not have any say into how that land is developed.
The tribe says it will build 50 houses for tribal members, an RV park, and an equestrian center. It's also agreed to pay the county for the next 7 years to make up for the lost taxes, and it's in similar negotiations with the local school district and the fire district. Dave, the tribal manager, says the tribe doesn't plan to keep expanding or to build another casino.
And they're not looking to make all the county back to a reservation, but they're trying to accommodate their tribal members and their other governmental services, and you need a land base to do that, just like a city or a county has to have property available to construct facilities and provide services.
Despite the local objections, the county has no real leverage to convince the federal government not to approve the land transfers. In fact, the BIA has approved dozens in California in recent years and has indicated it will approve this one by summer. In San Diego, I'm Adrian Florido.
For KAWC News, I'm Michelle Faust in Yuma.
It's Morning Edition from NPR News. I'm Stephen Skip.
I'm Renee Montaigne, and let's do the numbers. With some very conservative states ahead for the Republican candidates, Kansas, Alabama, and Mississippi, states where frontrunner Mitt Romney may not do well, his campaign is arguing that in the long run, he is the only candidate where the numbers add up to the nomination. Previously, his aides focused mostly on Romney's electability against President Obama. Now they're making the case that the math proves no other Republican can get through the nominating process. Here's NPR's Ari Shapiro.
At a briefing with reporters, senior aides laid out the reasons they believe Romney's nomination is now inevitable. Here's their calculation. Mitt Romney has won around half the delegates so far. To reach the magic number of 1,144 delegates needed to win the nomination, Romney does not need to do quite as well as he has until now. In contrast, Rick Santorum has won about a fifth of the delegates so far, same with Newt Gingrich. So Romney campaign spokeswoman Gail Gitcho says for either Santorum or Gingrich to get the nomination,
they're going to have to get 60 and 70% of the remaining delegates when the pattern so far in this delegate race has shown that they're not able to attain those kinds of numbers. So it will be very challenging for them to make that up in the coming weeks.
There are big states ahead with lots of delegates, places like California and Texas. The problem for Gingrich and Santorum is those are not winner-take-all states. In fact, there are only 4 winner-take-all contests left in the race: New Jersey, Delaware, Utah, and Washington, D.C. Romney seems likely to win all of them. John Morgan is a Republican demographer who is not affiliated with any of the candidates.
It may be inevitable, but it's still going to take a little bit of time. I've heard it described as a mopping up phase, and I think that's right as far as getting the delegates into Romney's column.
One reason the Romney campaign is focusing on the long-term delegate race, short-term, next week could bring some tough headlines. Kansas, Alabama, and Mississippi vote next. Those states are full of the kinds of socially conservative voters that Romney has had a hard time winning over. Yet even a second-place finish in those states would add to Romney's delegate pile. So the super PAC supporting Romney has already spent more than $1 million